Hi, and welcome to Underground SEO University. Today's video is going to be a quickie video. This is an actual video that's part of the actual Underground SEO University course, just to give a sample of the kind of quality of information we have there. Today's course is super exciting. It's about keyword discovery research. What niches should you try to go for, and how do you research those niches, and how do you do it for free? I show you a free way of doing the keyword research to find the niches you should try to be ranking for. Many people, when they're building out their silos or their clusters, they're trying to rank for low-hanging fruit keywords, usually long-tail keywords of 3 or 4 or 5 words in the search phrase, like how to rank, what query should you try to rank for? That kind of would be like a long-tail query. Instead of going for the easy keywords to rank for that don't make any money, I'm going to show you how to go for the easy keywords to rank for that do make you money, and how you can become the indispensable business consultant for your clients, how you can become the indispensable employee for your boss as an in-house SEO, and how you can find the most lucrative niches to rank for and dominate the SERPs and find good affiliate niches to rank for and really make a lot of money doing SEO, all from the comfort of your own home, like me. This is my home back here. Stay tuned for that. That's information I'll be putting out through the entire video. This information is put out by Underground SEO University. As I said, this is a cut snippet of the actual course that you will be able to see when you join. And we have many more courses like this that are going to help you dominate the rankings and show you the secrets that we reverse engineered from all of Google's algorithms and the artificial intelligence that they're using right now. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to join SEO University, by all means, email me. I have a special discount going on right now. Email me at joshpaczynski@gmail.com. I'll hold you a spot. And we have other free giveaways and gifts too when you get into the group. So enjoy the video and we'll see you then. All right, welcome to Underground SEO University. And today we're going to have a kind of a quickie video on how to do keyword research to find what niches you should try to be ranking for. It's all free methods that I'm going to be showing you today. I want to try and show you how to use free methods to find the kind of keywords you want to rank for. So let us get started here. And I can do some keywords for you guys after that. So how do you find keywords that you want to rank for that have the best conversions, that have the best traffic? That's kind of what the issue is. Some folks have been asking about this recently, so I want to make a video about it. Now, there's a number of keyword tools out there that you can use, but they cost a lot of money. And quite frankly, I don't trust them. I don't trust any other keyword tool out there that you can do this research on. I don't trust Ahrefs. I don't trust SEMrush. I don't trust their data is accurate. And in the Underground SEO University, as my students know, we've been using Google Ads, the keyword planner under tools and settings. Keyword planner is what we've been using, or this it says it's performance planner. I'm not sure which one is which, but so just click keyword planner and click discover new keywords. And here you have two options. You could start with keywords and then limit it to a particular website, or you could start with a website. So if you're like, Josh, I want to know what my competitor is ranking for, what my competitor is powerful for. Presumably, if you've been seeing them at the top of the ranks, you could put them in here and just say only this page or only this site, and you can say get results. So in here, I could put in my site, themoralconcept.net, which is just my little blog, is /course.php. And there you go. So then it'll give you the keywords. It gives you the average monthly searches. It tells you the 3 month change, if it's increased, the year change, how much people were searching for this last year. It gives you the competition. It gives you a bunch of other stuff, top of page, bid, low range, and the high range. And it gives you the stuff this particular page could rank for, what you could potentially rank this keyword for, or the related keywords here. So it's interesting in that regards, but I find it more interesting to use in a different way. Some people have asked me recently, Josh, how do I find out what my competitors are ranking for? Because I know my competitors are making money, so I just want to kind of try to recreate what they're doing in the hopes that they're making money, or because I presume they're making money. And that's not the way I would do it. Instead, I would trust Google here. I would do my own keyword research, and I would trust the marketing data that Google has here in terms of the CPC, the cost per click, because that's going to be a much better metric of where there's actual money and the competition. How much competition is there people bidding on a particular query? That's going to be much better marketing information, and it's going to be a gold mine. Oh, Canada, that's fine. It's going to be a gold mine of marketing data for you that's going to be much more accurate. It's going to be much more useful for you to tell what keywords you want to be ranking for. So I wouldn't use this feature at all. Actually, what I would do is I would start with a keyword. I would say, okay, I want to rank for ethics, simple definition, and you could filter it by what's on this page. You can say it's only stuff that I'm interested in on my site or on my particular page, or you can leave that blank. And you can say get results. And then it goes, okay, fine. These are the keyword ideas that are related to this keyword idea. And it gives you the bid range if there is any. No one's bidding on this, so that doesn't apply. But the interesting thing here is the refined keywords options that you get. You get brand or not brand. They're like, we know these are all branded queries, which is interesting that they think these entities are branded. That could be an indication that it's your money or your life or something that's important, a higher level query. There's no reason why these should be branded. So it's very interesting why it thinks these are branded keywords. And to get a better idea of this, then type in a much more competitive and commercial query, like for example, Jaguar parts. Now we get something that's very interesting. Now they're showing me if I want to expand all, they'll give you a kind of a list. Now they're showing me all the Jaguar parts related EMQs and search queries. I got the average monthly searches, and I have the bid data, the competition data. But look at this branded information over here. Remember, Google is not a search engine. Google is an entity engine. It's an entity artificial intelligence. They scan what they call dark data, and they extract all the entities out of it that they can find. And they've obviously imported this over to their ad tool. And you can break it down per location as well, which someone remind me to talk about that if I don't talk about that, if I forget to talk about this, because this is very useful. This is the only keyword tool I would use for local, for example. This is the only keyword tool I would use for local. While I'm thinking of it, let me show you that right now. So let's say I wanted to do chiropractor, and I would say get results, but then I would go Canada, and I would say Winnipeg, and I would get rid of Canada and just do Winnipeg. Let's say I want to do chiropractor Winnipeg. So that's the city of Winnipeg. There she is in all her glory, where I grew up. And now it's just giving me the searches for chiropractor in Winnipeg specifically, right? And it's starting to give me, look at all the different information it's giving me. It's giving me brands. It's giving me Natural Chiropractor, Chiropractic Health Center, Dr. Rahim Chiropractor. Look at all the brands here. Now, if you think you're a major brand, you should be listed here in this list. And if people aren't searching for you, you're not a major brand. And if people are searching for you, that probably will go a long way for them thinking you're a major brand. The major brands are the ones that are going to rank the highest and the best. Also, when it comes to references, reviews, or backlinks, or mentions, or no-follow links of any kind that you want to be getting, if you want to rank for any chiropractor query in Winnipeg, you want to get references and links from a number of sources, but not the least of which would be these people here. These things here. Whoever ranks for these queries here is the kind of places you want to be mentioned by, because this is the cool club. And Google's AI is looking for people in the cool club. They're saying these guys are in the cool club for chiropractor for your particular area. So these are the brands in the area, right? And if I get rid of brands, they're not there anymore. But also they break it. Look at all the different entities they pull out of the dark data from us doing our schema for a long time. But I'm also running this through RankBrain, kind of knowledge panel-ish artificial intelligences that extract entities. They're like, oh, look at the body parts you can do chiropractic on. This is what they're pulling out of it. This is specific information that wouldn't be relevant. I'm not really saying this is relevant for keyword research. It's really not. And I'm not really saying this is relevant for your cluster rank or what people call silos. I'm not saying it's relevant for that either necessarily. It could be. But what I'm saying is that, if you see that you are associated with the back body part and you don't want to be, obviously you want to remove that content out of your cluster. Something in your cluster, either your page or the page is linking to it internally or externally, or referencing it. Doesn't even have to link to it. Referencing it internally or externally is giving Google's AI the idea that you are specialized in the back body part. And let's say you didn't want to do that. You only do neck and spine, right? Just for example, let's say that. So you would want to check to see on your particular query if you're associated with that. And then you might ask, well, Josh, how would I do that? Well, I'll show you in a second. I'll show you a free way to do that in a second. But look at what it pulls out. It's very interesting here, the kind of ideas we can draw out of the kind of entities they're pulling out, the kind of information they have that they're pulling out of these queries, and they relate to these queries. Chiropractic first, advanced chiropractic, balanced chiropractic. I have no idea what this stuff is, but it looks like it's important. Okay, so for local, this is the only keyword tool I would use. I would also use it for global in English. If you can sell your Jaguar parts to anyone in the world, that's what I would do there. And so it's going to give you your average monthly searches. Now, if I currently have AdWords, an active AdWords account, I'm not paying them any money right now, but I have money on their tab, so to speak. They've downloaded some money because I was running an ad. Or actually, that's a lie. Sorry, I'm currently running an ad. So I'm getting the actual average monthly searches. So if you want to get the actual average monthly searches and not just a range, you can just pay for an ad. Do an ad on your brand. Do an ad on anything. I don't see any reason why you couldn't pay $1 a day, or like $5 a day, or just $1 for this day, and do all your keyword research and then turn off the ad, right? Just pay $1 for a few days and then do your keyword research in that time, and then you will get actual average monthly searches. If you don't do that, what'll happen if you don't do that? Not much. If you don't do that, you'll just get a range here, and you'll just have to change it when we import it to Excel. It's not a big deal. I showed in a previous video how you would do that. You would just, you have a range of like 100 to 10,000 would be the range. Well, then you just delete either 100 or the 10,000 and use one number there when we're making our SEO scores later to see what keywords you should be going for. What keywords are the most monetizable? Which keywords are going to make you the most money and are the best to rank for? That's what this method is really good for finding. And this is essential. Everyone should be doing this at the beginning of any SEO campaign. And any kind of SEO audit you do when you're about to decide what work you're going to do for your customer or for your own sites, what kind of reports you should be bringing to your CEO if you're an in-house SEO. The report I'm going to show you from this is the kind of report you want to do in that regard. Don't pay attention to the broaden your search. This is not going to help you for SEO purposes really at all. That's not really going to help you at all. All right, great. So you found this information. You could have just filtered it to a specific page. So this is like a magnifying glass. This one is a magnifying glass. This is the general product or service closely related to what you want to rank for. This is kind of like the top level entities you want to rank for. And you can put it in here anything you want. And then this would filter it, right? Or you could start with a website and just give it a website, or only use the page and it'll give you keyword ideas for that page. So you're like, I wonder what my competitor is ranking for, or what they're good for. This will kind of give you an idea roughly of that. But that's not even really that useful. What's more useful is what I'm going to show you and using this marketing data down here. At the end of the day, in Underground SEO University, we don't care about doing competitive research at all at the end of the day, because it's really a waste of time. We've already reverse engineered all the algorithms. We don't need to do competitive research most of the time. That's 98% true. When we're doing page type analysis, we do have to look at competitors and then kind of amalgamate their designs, but that's different. There's another very interesting change to this I've noticed. Notice here their recommendation, and this is different. So this is clearly working on their new artificial intelligence. So this is updated for 2022 and beyond. They said, try not to be too specific or too general. For example, meal delivery is better than meals for a food delivery business. You gotta nail the intent. You gotta nail the user intent, right? So really, at the end of the day, you wanna just be putting in general things here and then drill down. For example, for my ethics simple definition page, I can just put ethics in here and watch what it gives me when I put ethics in here. When I just put ethics in here, it gives me all the different kinds of top level queries for ethics. Utilitarianism, a major kind of ethics. Ethics meaning, business ethics, virtue ethics. Okay, that's interesting. But what happens when I tailor it to a particular page, where I say, just tailor this to the page I have, and watch what happens. It's going to tailor it down Notice how it just tailors it down to a very specific set of EMQs. And notice how these EMQs are partial. Now, maybe I'm wrong, but I thought this is very interesting. Nobody is typing in ethics is, or maybe they are. Maybe they're just going fast, like ethics is, and they just hit enter because they want to get a definition. But I think this is people typing in what is ethics, ethics is. And I checked on the keywords, their information here. Under learn more, I searched for exact match query. And it says this definition applies, blah, blah, blah. A keyword match type that allows you to show your ads on searches that have the same meaning or same intent. So that's what they're doing. Any meaning that is ethics is, or ethics are, or ethics is a. And notice how this is a different meaning or intent for them. So this is a fascinating way of breaking down the artificial intelligence and realizing how it thinks. It thinks that ethics is different than ethics are. And it gives you a different answer. I could prove it. Look, ethics are has a different answer for me than it will for you. Because I'm in Canada, it's giving me a Canadian, look how Mum decided to use a Canadian version of ethics to give me what is ethics. Isn't that fascinating? Because that's how Mum works. And then we have Santa Clara University, the Marcula Center for Applied Ethics, my old enemy, who I've been outranking for years and then now outranks me, probably justifiably so. They're an academic department. You know, I was very surprised I did beat them for a very long time. Who should be ranking for this other than academics? You know, I am an academic too. They have more cred than I do. They actually finished their PhDs. I never did. So maybe they should be ranking for it. I'll see if I can beat them later. But you know, I don't have any skin off my nose that they're ranking here. It's not like this is Jim's basement of ethics, snake oil salesman. This makes sense. Google's doing a good job in this case. And notice because of the SERP traffic I sent this recently, that this is a people also ask, which is interesting, or because people know that I'm ranking for this and people are searching it, one or the other, I can't tell. But that would still be the SERP traffic that I sent it. So ethics are is a different search than ethics is, which just gives a definition. And still, its Mum is changing it to my local area because ethics in my area might be different than ethics in your area. So that's interesting. And that could apply to any kind of concept, any kind of EMQ that you guys are trying to rank for, commercial or otherwise, right? So that is very interesting that they broke it down that way. And so this is covering, you know, all the different components you need, and the AI is covering it. So the exact match query does not necessarily matter anymore. As long as you nail it down to the keywords that are listed here, that's good enough. What is ethics? Ethics is same deal. You know, it is the verb to be. It is being, right? Ethics is ontos for Greek. It's the beingness of it. And what are they? Ethics is but it's all different. They consider that all different variations of this that you can rank for. I could have a what is ethics page, ethics are page, and an ethics is a page. I can have different pages on this. They're considered different. They have different searches. These are different EMQs. So you can trust these EMQs. They consolidated a little bit, but it's going to show you the words here that are essential to it. What is the word what's not essential? Ethics is essential. Now, that doesn't change any of the recommendations in the rest of the group about specificity, about where to use your EMQs and how to use your EMQs. I'm not saying you can just ditch EMQs in our on-page recommendations and our tactics. You're still supposed to be using them in the places you're supposed to be using them. The Goldilocks zone test notwithstanding, you might have to remove some EMQs because you're way past the Goldilocks zone and you're over-optimized. However, that being said, this keyword tool is useful in that it's going to give you, this is like a consolidation of all the EMQs that say ethics is, and it's good enough. It's going to be good enough for you, especially since it's free. You can tailor it per location. It's the only thing I would use for local because it's the only thing I would trust. And it's going to give you the marketing data of what keywords really make the most amount of money and what you should be bothering ranking for. So you can get the absolute best wins for your client. I'm going to show you how to do that today in a couple seconds. And it's interesting also that they think that's what this page is about. When I put in my site, they're like, you are limited to this. This is what you are about. You are a definitional site giving definitions This is a way to analyze this site by putting in a keyword and analyzing the site. So for example, if I put in wow, and then I put in here gtop100 is it .com? See, so this is what they limit you to. They're like wow website, wow site, wow official site. That's very interesting. But that's because I used the main domain here. If I search this and I get this URL, I hope Roger you don't mind me using this as an example. I put this here. Now it's going to tell me World of Warcraft, Shadowlands, blah, 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 a whole bunch of different stuff, including different variations of the game and things like this. If I show rows up to 200, if I do average monthly searches, it's giving me a whole bunch of keywords. Again, it's not so much of an analysis tool, but it can be partly an analysis tool. And if I say private, if I do a search for private, here we're having WoW private. So WoW private what? And if you're like, WoW private what? Where's the servers missing off of this? They're like, we know what you want. You want to play WoW privately on a server. They know that. They know all the different entities that are involved. If I search WoW private, they know servers. They know this is servers related. Now you know, we would spend a lot of time trying to figure out what are the key words in the EMQ. Well, these are the keywords in the EMQ. And if I expand all, look, they're like, oh, here's a brand, Freaks. There's no other brands here, right? So look to see what Freaks is doing. Look to see what kind of reference ranking Freaks is doing, if that makes any sense or if that's possible. Roger says Freaks is a server. Okay. Look to see what they're doing as to why Google thinks that they're a brand regarding World of Warcraft. That would be some kind of competitive research that you might want to try and do. Just see how Freaks is referenced. It's some kind of server. Got 85 else. They have an Instagram. They have a Facebook. They're on Reddit. They're talked about on Reddit. There you go. That's probably the difference. If you can, get yourself talked about on Reddit in a positive way. There's other stuff. This is different. Obviously, this might be helping them, because another reason why the only other reason for them to filter it to have a magnifying glass here is that they can't tell the difference between Freaks, that is the server, and Freaks, that is the a music thing so much. There's going to be a statistical blending of the two that the AI is not going to be able to isolate. Too interesting, and they have a Steam community. They have a Discord, and Google knows about all this. So if you want to get ideas, like, I'm not saying Roger is saying this, but if you want to get ideas, Josh, I don't know where I can get more reference rank for my thing. Okay, well, figure out where this guy got reference rank. We know that Google thinks they're a related brand to your kind of area. You can tailor it down a bit more and be like, wow, private servers. And we can expand these entities. And now Warmain is showing up. These expansions apparently are important. The year, WoW Legion, Peace Server Player. They know there's differences here. Roger says Warmain is probably the most popular server. Great, get them to mention you if possible. Or search Warmain and see what kind of references they have. Okay, they're listed on YouTube, they're on Facebook, they're on Twitch, they're on Twitter, they're on the Blizzard forums. You get yourself on the Blizzard forums all over the place if you can. They have an Instagram. Look at all these signals for the AI to say, look at, I'd love to rank other sites higher, but this is the main entity. These are the guys. These are places that you can get listed that they're going to pay attention to. And you can check again by right-clicking and looking at about this page and see, okay, there's no third parties that talk about this. This is definitely the brand, but web results about the source. Is it down right now? Is it bad? Is what they're asking here. iScroll WoW private server, reviews. Get yourself reviews just like this. Get yourself star ratings just like this. See, here's Trustpilot. And then related results. talks about stuff. This guy is a main guy. This guy is a main guy. There's ways to find ideas of where you should be showing up and where you should be getting listings and stuff for the reference rank. So this is very, very, very interesting, the kind of different properties, the different entities they pull out of the various properties too. Okay, does anyone have any questions so far? If you're all good, just give me an all good in the chat. Roger says no questions, but this is very interesting. Great, I agree, Roger. I find it very interesting too. But it's about to get way more interesting. So this will give you different pages you could try to rank for. Best WoW private server, WoW servers, WoW World of Warcraft Warmate. Like, these are stuff you could try to rank for. The question is, should you? And this is how you can tell and how you should tell. You should not do this any other way. This is how you should tell whether you want to rank for this. You click download keyword ideas. Click download keyword ideas and CSV. And you open up the CSV in Excel, or open up in OpenOffice if you want. I'm going to do it in Excel because I'm used to Excel. But you can open it up in OpenOffice. I've already done that for one here. Okay, so then what we have here is we have all the keywords we're looking for there. And you just start cleaning up the data here. So if you want to build out a cluster for WoW private servers, this is other information that might be good for the cluster of topics you might want to rank for that also are useful, quite frankly, that also have the information that you might want to actually rank for. So what I want to do is I want to get rid of the competition verbal, but I want to keep the number. And the top of page bid low range, I'll get rid of. I'll just use the high range. So this is the actual money. So this is the CPC in terms of money. This is the comp score. This is the traffic. I'll get rid of all these searches. Now look what else they add here. Monthly searches. Now look what else they add. They add the different concepts. And look, they literally call it a concept. The concept of year. Does it apply? It applies to this. It applies to this. You see how they extract information out? So this is the concept of year, and I'll just put that there so you can read it. The concept of other brands. Concept of, is it a non-brand? Concept of expansion. Is it an expansion? Concept of others, of miscellaneous, right? That's all very interesting. I'm going to take this stuff here. I'm going to move it to here. I'm going to delete this. So we can keep that information. I'm going to delete these two things here as well. Okay. Now I'm just going to save this. And make sure you save it as a Excel, or you're going to lose some of your work. So I'll go to the desktop. I'll save this as WoW private servers. Okay, now here what you do is you highlight from the top, you hit Control Shift and the down arrow key. That highlights the whole thing. Control Shift and the down arrow key on Windows, that is. You could use the Command key, I think, for Mac. And then you do Control T on Windows to make a table. This table will allow you to sort things. Like I could say, show me that has the highest competition in AdWords. Show me what has the highest bid, or what people are bidding the most for, which is insane. Apparently someone's bidding $985 to have an ad for that. Wow, you're gonna find information that you didn't know. I don't know if I trust this particular number, but I've never seen a number in here that I distrusted, so that's kind of weird. I don't think they could keep that up forever, but now what we can do is I have a dollar value score and an SEO score that I like to use. But before I do that, let me just do this. So for traffic, let's put in some conditional formatting to make it kind of nice to look at. So there's the traffic conditional formatting. Here's the conditional formatting for the competition. And here's the conditional formatting for the CPC, which is really, at the end of the day, the high one. So I don't know if this is real or not, but this is going to mess up all the other, values. So Roger, make sure you notice this if this is important to you. I'm not sure. I'm going to delete it because it's going to kind of mess up the rest of the values. I've never had to do that before. I don't know what that is. Okay, so now here's the dollar value for ranking, or I could call it the ranking value, rank value. This is what the rank value is going to be. I'm going to say equals, I'm going to take the competition number and I'm going to add it to the CPC. And that's going to give me a score. The higher the competition, the higher the CPC, the higher the score. If more people are competing on it, then it is more valuable. And if more people are paying money for it, then it's more valuable. Then I'm going to move the table over by grabbing that bit there. There we go. So now we have the rank value. And now I'm going to just total the total SEO value. And I'm going to say I'm going to take the rank value times the traffic. And that's going to give me a score. The higher, the better. It's multiplying the traffic times the rank value to get a total SEO score number. Just so I can kind of play with the data and look at it. And there we go. And so I'm going to put conditional formatting on this guy as well. I'm going to give this guy conditional formatting as well. I'm going to give it the same color. Now I'm going to highlight both of these and I'm going to put a border around them because they're the more important ones. But also I'm going to Control Shift down and oops, I clicked the wrong thing. But these numbers themselves do not matter much. Just the relative sort of these numbers matter. So I'm going to reduce them in size because I don't really care to look at them, and I'm just going to make them gray. And I'm going to change the formatting of this to remind myself that this is important to look at. Okay, so here I have the rank value and the SEO value. So if I do largest of the rank value, theoretically, this should give you the most valuable keywords related to whatever you typed in to rank for. So apparently, traffic notwithstanding, these ones would have the most money related to them because someone's willing to bid $6 to rank for WoW dedicated server, right? Someone's willing to bid $5 to rank for instant 70 TBC server. And although the traffic is low, this is the higher money value keyword. Just in terms of rank value, but not in terms of total SEO value. I'll go over that in a second. Now, you notice something very interesting on this, that the competition here for this one is only 17. That means that not a lot of people are competing over it, but someone is paying a lot to be up there for it. Relatively speaking, look at the conditional formatting number, it's pretty much the highest. And same thing here, not a lot of people are competing over this, but someone's willing to pay a lot to be the number one for instant 70 TBC server. And you notice the method's good enough that World of Warcraft private and WoW private are separate queries, and they are separate queries. It separates it out, even though for humans, that should mean the same thing. So this would be really good queries to go for if you don't care about the traffic. If you don't care about the traffic, these would be really good queries to go for because they have a higher ranking value. It is more valuable to you to rank for these because in this, not from traffic, but in the sense of they're going to, in terms of end sales, the money that this will make should be higher. If you rank number one for these, you should be making more money because there's more money behind these queries. And it doesn't matter that the CPC is $6 here. If it matters that this has got the highest value because of the conditional formatting. Now, it does matter that it's $6 is the high bid. That tells you that each customer is only worth about $6 to you or lower money. If that was $60, then you know you've got some kind of item that makes a lot of money. When we look at Jaguar parts, you're going to see a stark difference in the type of customers. But if your SEO plan is to also get traffic at the same time, and notice also that they know what the year is, they know what the expansion is, you should be mentioning Burning Crusade in your page if you're trying to rank for this, because they know that's the expansion. That is an important entity related to this. Also, you should be mentioning WoW Legion if you're trying to rank for Legion private server. They know that this is a main entity attached to this. So you're also doing a little bit of entity research at the same time when you're doing this keyword discovery research, which I will separate from keyword research, where you're trying to look for the best keywords to rank to boost you on the page. So you're doing a bit of keyword discovery research and keyword research simultaneously. So I can't stress how much I love this method and how good this method is for making money at SEO. So gone are don't look at your competitors and see what they're ranking for. They don't necessarily know what is important to rank for in SEO. Google does. Google has all the information you need. Sneaky little Google has all the information you need, and here it is right here in a nice table for you. Don't look at your competitors at all. It's a waste of time and money. Look at what Google says you should rank for, whether your competitors are ranking for it or not. Whether they compete highly on it or not, look at how much money is behind this thing. Now, again, you have to use your own human squishy brain. I don't know what this is, and maybe there's no money behind it. Maybe this is a brand thing that you really can't rank for this. I don't know. Let me see. You could just type it into here and see. Reddit comes up number 1 for this. So I don't know where in the sales funnel this is, but if Reddit is number 1 for this, then this is a huge ranking opportunity for you to rank above Reddit, to actually give people whatever this is. If you can give people whatever this is, you'll be able to beat Reddit, I think. Again, I don't fully understand the space. Roger says, I'm ranking there too, a bit down. Yeah, I see you there. You're here as well. Yeah, you don't have the EMQ in the title, or if you do, they're rewriting your title. But good job, Roger, of course. But if you're like, okay, Josh, that's interesting, that's great, but I also want to have more SEO value. I want to bleed this traffic deeper into my site. I want to get more people to the site, more eyeballs to the site, build my brand out, getting more searches in Google, getting more people knowing my name. Okay, well then you want the SEO values score. So you sort that largest to smallest, and it will take the higher rank value times the higher traffic. And of course, at the top is, unsurprisingly, WoW private servers. That's the main query, right? Or World of Warcraft War Main is next. Best WoW private server would be a different page, believe it or not. It has less searches, and it's got pretty good CPC. The competition is very, very low, apparently. Heck, at 77 cents for CPC, you might just want to buy ads for it and don't even bother having a page for it. It might be worth it just to buy ads at that. That's the high end. 77 cents per click was the high end. You might want to do that. I don't know. It would be also good for the SEO because you'd be getting SERP traffic that way. The reason why we eschew Google Ads as ranking traffic is because one test I did, it didn't seem to boost it while I was doing the traffic. When I turned the traffic off, it boosted it. It's like they don't want to let you buy your rankings. Roger says, I have best in my title. I might want to change that. Yes, you do. That's a different query. You have keyword cannibalization between this page and this page. There's keyword cannibalization between the two. If you want to rank for this, you have this. If you want to rank for this, you have this. And never the twain shall meet. Another reason why we eschew Google Ads is because usually they're so bloody expensive. $5 a click, you can't always run a business on that. But 77 cents a click, well, that's starting to get awfully inexpensive. 55 cents a click, starting to get awfully inexpensive. You might want to run that for a while. It might be easier to do that than, say, some of our other SERP traffic tricks. Schuler says, it's not true all the time. In my niche, best ranks for the same for the category keyword without best. Yeah, there's going to be crossover, Schuler, but that's not what I was saying. What I'm saying is, if you want to do optimal SEO, and that's part of the acronym, SEO stands for search engine optimization. If you want to do optimal SEO, it would be keyword cannibalization to say the word best on your WoW private service page. You're now cannibalizing between this potency and this potency. I'm not saying that when you search for WoW private servers, pages with best are not going to show up. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that to do ideal SEO, you wouldn't say the word best anywhere on your page if this is what you're trying to rank for. You have to make sure you understand your EMQ and what you're trying to rank for, and don't blend them. If I want to rank for World of Warcraft War Main, I can't say best World of Warcraft war main. That presumably is a different EMQ. It would not be optimal. It might work, it might be good enough, but it wouldn't be optimal. Therefore, it wouldn't be as future-proof. Does that make sense, Schuler? Let me know if that made sense. Okay, so then you would just go through this, you start looking for interesting variations, right? I would also just toggle CPC and say, okay, what do people pay the most for? And they'll be like, okay, boom. Schuler says yes, great. This is a guy you might want to rank for here. 15,000 searches, people are willing to pay 85 cents a click. Apparently no one's willing to compete on it. You also might want to buy ads for it because, you would probably get shown quite often, whatever this is. If this is relevant to you, I'm not sure. Make sure you mention Warmain on that page a lot. That's a good one. Here's another good one. Here's another good one, Best WoW Private Server. Here's another good one, World of Warcraft, WOTLK, whatever that means. People are willing to pay $1.70. It's 2,400 searches. People are willing to pay $2.20. You want to go, these are the low-hanging fruit you want to go for, are the ones that also have the best numbers across the board in terms of CPC and traffic. Or you might be like, what are people willing to compete on? People are willing to compete on this. They're willing to compete on this. They're willing to compete on this. Here is WoW Private. WoW Private, which apparently is different than WoW Private servers. But I don't know if I would trust that. Let me just search it to see what comes up. If I do WoW Private, it's like, no, it knows what the servers are supposed to be. This technically would be a different page. It's so hard to say. It looks like it's just part of it. You might want to buy ads on this and not try to rank for it. It's difficult to say. If in doubt, I don't know. You'd have to see. You would have to do that page and see if it got indexed. Given that it's going to be duplicate content of the same stuff you have on this page, which is the same stuff, presumably, that you have on the World of Warcraft private servers page, if it's all the same content on these pages, well, then clearly that's not going to work. But if you can have different content for this, then yeah, then it's a different keyword. And if it's functionally the same thing, but there's no way you can rank for WoW private servers because it's too hard, you could try starting to rank for just this. If you target just this, you're going to beat all the other pages that are not even going for this. Because this is different than WoW private servers. WoW private is not the same EMQ as WoW private servers. So that's very interesting. When we look at another one that I've already done, I already did Jaguar Parts. And it's very interesting as well. So if I just do traffic, Jaguar Parts is the most, accessory for Jaguar Parts, classic Jaguar Parts, accessories, Jaguar Parts online, a different query. Then we got branded queries. Interesting to see the different brands that we have here. That it's good for you to see. If you see your customer in here, you're doing a good job because they are a brand that people already search. People already search for these different brands, which is a good thing. Now, if I want to check what just has the highest dollar value or rank value, look how much people are willing to pay and compete on a Jaguar XF thermostat replacement. If my client said, hey, Josh, what should we be trying to rank for now? And I was looking for low-hanging fruit that would be theoretically easier to rank for, that also has value to it. Like, you can rank for low-hanging fruit, the cows come home, and you can build rankings off of that. But you need to monetize sooner rather than later. And so I've never been of the SEO philosophy that you should build out silos or build out clusters or build out low-hanging fruit sites that are on informational queries so far away from the sales funnel that they're never going to make any money. There is low-hanging fruit that you can also rank for easily and will make you money. And here is how you find it. This is how you find it, is you download that report here into Excel or OpenOffice. You can do it totally for free. And then find what has the best competition in CPC, what has the best rank value or dollar value at the end of the day, whatever you want to call it. So people are willing to pay $25 a click to capture a thermostat replacement. People are willing to pay $15 a click for an engine. And look, it's 140 searches. Look at this V8 Jaguar engine. They're willing to pay $15 and 170 searches. If you were an affiliate in this market, you would make money hand over fist. I don't know if there's any affiliate markets, or you can set up a drop shipping market for, please don't do it for Jaguar, because I work in this space, but for any other cars that are like this, that people like to build and tool on their own, you're going to make effing money if you use this method to find out what has the most money behind them. And you're going to see the standout. See, here's a standout, here's a standout, here's a standout, here's a standout of the money behind these things. And they're low-hanging fruit. You can start ranking sooner and getting money sooner. Because remember, it is a race. Not only do you want to rank number one, you want to rank number one sooner and make money sooner so you can reinvest that money into ranking for more. The whole SEO industry seems to think of it like, okay, we rank for the crap keywords first and we're going to make money in 3 years. No, if you can, it's not easy. And you got to do this kind of research that has the proper marketing data in it. Rank for pages that are going to make you money first. They're just easier because there's only 20 searches a month, right? Hopefully people haven't gone for this. Let's see what kind of competition we have for this particular query. Hosni says, can we try another example for more clarification? Sure, yeah. After I'm done my part here, Hosni, I'm going to ask you guys all for the keywords you want me to try for you. And I'll download some tables for you and I'll make the tables up. Don't put them in yet because they might get buried under questions, but have them ready. And after I'm done all this, I want you to put in your queries. Let's stick with English because it'll be easier for my brain. But location, tell me the location as well, if it's a specific location, and I'll make this table for you. And I'll show you the, either give me a page or give me an EMQ, and I'll show you where the low-hanging fruit are that should also make money, if I can find them for you. So have those ready, guys, and I'll do it for you. But don't put them in yet because I might miss it. Okay, so let's check to see the competition on this particular guy here. All right, so here we have, first off, now just look at this. Notice how, now am I at 100% zoom? I'm at 80%, 90%, here's 100%. There's not a single organic result anywhere near the top of this page. So most of the clicks are gonna go to this stuff here. If they're shopping parts, well, they got the parts right here. And this is what people are paying to show up here. These are ads. That's where people are paying $25 to show up here. So you're like, we know there's money behind it, but there's not gonna be a thing. But if you can make the video that has a better video than this dude, can we? Let's see. This guy's got 20,000 views, 51 likes, and 7,000 subscribers. It would be difficult. Oh, he's from Vancouver, but he's just across the water from me. It'd be difficult for you to beat this dude in a video. You could advertise on his video, possibly. I don't know if you're allowed to do that. Maybe you can advertise on his video. You could put a comment here. Oh, these guys don't like this. Oh, interesting. All right, so go here and put a comment and say, hey guys, this is a fake. Don't say it's a fake video. Don't say anything negative about anybody. Just say, here is the real replacement video. Please enjoy. And you will siphon off a lot of these views of these people saying, hey, where is the thing? And then if possible, go on to Fiverr and ask some people on Fiverr to vote up your comment so it has more than 5 or 7 votes. And then I would reply to all these people here who are interested. And I would say, hey, I've got the real video here. Hey, I've got the real video here. Hey, I've got the real video here. And in the video, when you show them how to replace it, then you would also upsell them to say, oh, buy it from here. You could do it that way in this particular query, or you could say, I just want to rank at the top. And you could try to rank at the top, and you might actually, you're going to get some traffic. This guy's going to get some traffic here. Also, if you want to see how difficult it is, you could turn on SEO Quake or any of these kinds of SEO tools that are free. There's no links going to this particular page, so that'll be much easier to beat. The who is information. Bus. Does this even work? I don't even know. Because I don't normally do keyword research. I'm like, if I want to rank there, I just tell the client, let's do it. We rank there. So it gives you some who is about this guy. How long has he been in business for? I don't see that. Interesting. Anyway, I don't know why this is here. These are really bad results here, obviously. You would siphon off some of this traffic. You've got to imagine that out of the 30 people doing this, a good 10 at least are not going to be satisfied with the results above. But they apparently are very highly driven. So maybe this one would be better. Maybe V8 Jaguar engine would be better. There we go. We have the Wikipedia. But here, you don't want an information page here. Here, you want to rank for, buy a V8 Jaguar engine, spare engine here. That is presumably what people want for this. These guys are getting the clicks right now because they have an extra part of their website showing here. They have the Google Lens picture. Make sure to use a different one that's reversed. So you can find ones that can be very good. The AJ126 engine. This would make a lot of money, and this would be conceivably easier to rank for. You can find the golden child here, or you can be like, well, I want more traffic, Josh. So you can be fine. Then just target the entire SEO score, the ones that have the best dollar value and traffic, and you get the major ones here. Accessories for Jaguar XF. Make sure you say Jaguar XF on the page in the naming spots. Jaguar Parts Online would be another one to rank for. There's not a lot of money behind that, but a lot of people competing. They're driving the price down. Now, another thing to notice here, what does it mean when the CPC is relatively low, but the competition is relatively high? That means that there's not as much money. There's lots of people competing over it. And so there's going to be a lot of SEO competition as well. Ads competition is going to equate to SEO competition. So if there's 100% here people competing on this, but they're willing to only pay a little bit of razor thin margin, that means a couple of things. One, it's going to be more difficult to compete for SEO organic. Two, it means that there's a bigger piece of the pie to cut off in terms of traffic, but there might not, and there's money behind it, but it's going to be harder to rank for. It might indicate that it's not as lucrative as you might think, that they're not willing to spend that much money on accessories overall, because these people are not willing to pay that much of a Google tax to be there, right? There's a lot of them scrambling to do it, but they have to keep the margins low, otherwise it wouldn't be worth it for them. So that gives you a little bit more business information too as to what's going on there. What I would rather see is a differential. So let me show you a differential. Let me show you the comp differential. So I'm going to go like this. I'm going to say equals, how would I do this? I'm going to say equals, let's take this divided by this. And let's see if that's the way I want to do it. So you could see the ones that have low competition but high cost. I want to do, let's do smallest to largest. Okay, so this has the low competition, but relatively the higher CPC. And that makes sense because look, it's all the brands. Also, I noticed that it thinks that these guys are repair shops, which is interesting because they're not repair shops. I don't know if that matters. So if you see it has a weird entity ascribed to you, check to make sure on your page you don't say you're a repair shop anywhere, because you're not technically a repair shop. I think that's how you would want to handle that, especially if these guys don't rank highly at all for the queries you want to rank for, because that might not be exactly how you want to differentiate yourself. If you just sell parts, you're not a repair shop. They can't bring it in there for repairs. You're just a parts sell. But it's interesting that Google picks that up. There could be a discrepancy here in your particular niche. So anyway, I did the comp differential. I took the higher CPC with the lower competition. And so here is one that has a higher CPT, but lower competition. If less people are willing to compete on this, this one here, service specials. I don't know what that is and if you can rank for that, but if you can, that's a good thing. Or 7-Zap Jaguar. I don't know what this is. Is this a part that you can sell? It's a brand. Never mind. A brand they don't know. Oh, yeah, it has other brands here. Okay. So service specials. This would be take it in and get a service special. And so here again, we have the XF thermostat replacement. This is showing you the ones that have the higher cost for the low competition. So that is interesting. If you don't have big brands in your area, this comp differential would give you better information. It's not really helping here, but I hope you can see how we want what people are willing to pay a lot of money for. Someone is willing to pay a lot of money for it, but it's got lower competition, and it's around this sweet spot where you want to be, or like this sweet spot's where you want to be, like the Jaguar XF windshield replacement cost. This is where people are willing to pay $9, but less people are willing to compete. This might be the kind of query you'd rather rank for. But you have to do a little bit of research and plug it in and see what happens. Here's a replacement windshield. How would you like a 30% commission on that for selling it for affiliate stuff? Right? Some kind of affiliate thing like this or drop shipping like this conceivably would be really good. You sell one of these a month, you're doing pretty well, especially if you're living outside of the US or Canada, right? So you could do a funnel there. You could be like, okay, you could do a sales funnel. You could do an informational page and be like, oh, this is how much it regularly costs, but we have preferred vendors that will give you a special deal. Click here. People will click. They like a deal, right? So that you could do a funnel in those kinds of cases. So this is kind of the fun part where you get to plan your attack and try to find the way to make the most possible money. And the data is all here for you. You can play with it and see. You could be like, okay, well, the SEO score is the one I want to go by because it's got the highest value. Or you could be like, I just want the money times traffic. Okay. If you just want the money times traffic, you would take the traffic times the CPC. That's going to give you a score. You would bring it all the way down. And you just drag this guy over. You say, all right, what has the money times the score, the biggest? The traffic times the money is what's the biggest. So look, you want to rank for Jaguar parts, but then this one tells you different information. It wants you want to rank for Jaguar XF steering wheel. People are willing to pay $20 each for this. We're starting to see some of the same ones because we've been cutting up the data and looking at it. So you want to rank for this guy. And look, eBay's ranking #1. There's room to beat them here. They don't have a ranking #1 specific vendor. That's very interesting. Here's something else that's going to be interesting for you is if you want to start finding out, okay, well, here's another thing you can do. You could be like, all right, well, what's more powerful? What are the ranking factors involved here? We'll take this into our secret thing, but we're going to get rid of the geolocation US and say geolocation China. And by doing this, we're factoring out all of the positive, happy traffic they're getting from the US. And we're just going to get a better idea of who has a better on-page and off-page entity signals for this. And you see that Arden one that was lower down here. These guys were #2. Now, when I do it this way, they have better on-page. And then eBay is lower. So you can beat eBay. You can beat eBay if you do better on-page and all the different signals, you can beat them. Now, you're still dealing with the ads here that some people will ignore or some people won't. The first thing you want to say is, wow, 60% off. As soon as they see that, they're going to click it. You want to say you have some kind of discount or perk, right? And this goes for every niche. You have to have some kind of discount or perk. You have to have a reason why they're going to click this. White hat SEO still matters, and perks boost just on their own. So you get a double boost from more CTR clicks through this, more happy traffic through this. As long as they're happy, don't lie. Don't say you have 60% off and then don't have it. Make up the prices if you need to. Inflate the prices by 60%, cross them out, and put the real price if you need to. But this is how you'd start to find these are the items I want to rank for. And so these are the pages I would make first, ignoring this and this. Sorry. I'd make pages for this, and then I would make this maybe big. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna make these 4 pages. We're gonna try to rank these up. Now I'm getting sales coming in. Now I can work on more pages and build it out. Now you take this to your boss. You say, look, we made these sales. Justify your salary. Look at the sales we made. Now I'm just going to extend this out or show your client. So again, like I said, the SEO industry has it wrong. They want to build a silo or a cluster, just ranking for the easy keywords that don't make any money. Well, there's still keywords out there that can make money that might not be super impossible to rank for. And if you just keep trying, and then next month you're doing, okay, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, and I'm going to try to upsell them on drop shipping it. Do this, and this. I'm going to do these ones next. Okay. Those are the ones you do next. Some have high traffic, some have high CPC, some are kind of in the middle. Also, of course, Excel and OpenOffice are going to give you interesting information. Like, for example, you can get the average here. You can say, what's the average traffic? Well, the average traffic is 43 for this niche. Interesting. You can see what's the average competition, 84. The average CPC is $1.65, $1.66. Okay, interesting. That'll give you general information when you start working from niche to niche to niche to niche. You're gonna be like, wow, there's a lot of money behind Jaguar parts, as opposed to like, wow, private servers. You're like, okay, there's less money here. There's the competition on average is 8. The traffic on average is 225. So that was more than here, I think. 43 on average for this, 225 for this. But the CPC here is $1.50. Oh, wow. There's almost as much money in this as there is in Jaguar parts. You'd never think that, would you? But you won't know until you pull into Excel and you start testing it and playing with it. And this is accurate data you could trust because it's straight from Google. Okay, do you guys have any questions about this? Any questions, or are you all good? Are you pumped to use it? Tell me if you're pumped. Give me a pumped in the chat. Hosni says he's bumped. All right. I hope that means extra pumped. Roger says all good and pumped. Mark B says good stuff. Greg B says this is great stuff. I agree. This is where I get, I don't know if you can hear the excitement in my voice. Sean and Kelly says just saw last few minutes, but this is awesome. Hosni says great stuff. Great. Okay. All right. So now how about you guys give me either a page, I can pull off the EMQs off a page, or you guys give me an EMQ or a basic EM, like a general query I can work on, and I will see, and I will try to get you, if there's a specific locality I need to work for. So Hosni says, this is a major competitor. It's a general query for the US. Just for the US, Hosni, or for anywhere in English? Hosni says anywhere. Okay, so let's do this first. So Test Dome. Let's do site : for Test Dome. And let's see, programming and interview online assessment. Customers, okay, so is it minus programming? If I remove programming out of this, we still have plenty of sites, so it's not just all about programming. If I remove jobs out of this, we still have plenty of sites, so it's not just about jobs. Wow, I don't know what this site is about. Or it's well siloed. This site is well siloed because I'm pulling out pieces of it and it doesn't all disappear. Hosni, does this site rank well, to your knowledge? If I turn on SEO Quake just to see the links they got, well, they got a lot of links. They have display ads, so that means they're going to have pretty good traffic. Their Alexa rank is quite low, and I know that's not the best idea of traffic, but it's really good. So these guys rank really well. These guys rank really well. And Hosni says it's his major competitor. Okay, great. Let's kill him. Let's take him on. Let's destroy him. Let me help you destroy this person, whoever they are. I'm sorry, whoever this is. I'm sorry if you're part of the group. If you're part of the group, I can't help both of you. I'm sorry. But I don't think they are. Rick says they have 25,000 keywords in Ahrefs. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to do this all for free, and so you don't have to use Ahrefs. But let me see here. Minus certificates. What is their main thing? What are they mainly about? If I get rid of certificates, now we're starting it to crappying stuff. Hosni says coding tests. If I get rid of test, there we go. They're about tests. If you get rid of the concept of tests, those exactly these ideas over here. This is what I'm doing with Sitecolon is I'm doing exactly this thing over here that they already know and they can tell you, right? If I get rid of the concept of tests, they're gone. Coding, they still have customers and integrations. But if I get rid of tests, they have questions. Interestingly, something went wrong. Interestingly, more about this page. Web results from the source, about the source, about this topic. They put this, sometimes they put this number one, and sometimes this is number one. You ever notice that? Sometimes this is number one, sometimes this is number one. It's very interesting. I don't know why. Because I presume they think they have good information about it here. Test, of course, is also in the, but if I say DOM, it says nothing either because it's in the URL. So that doesn't help as much. If I do minus coding tests, that's coding minus tests, then we just have questions. So we do remove most of the site if we get rid of coding and tests. Although we have programming interview questions. So they have a lot of different information on this site. They have multiple silos, they have multiple clusters, they have a lot of entities. So when I plug this guy into keyword ideas, so should I just look at this site? Because if I do, we're going to see the entire site. We're going to see a ton of different queries. So Hosni, I'm going to ask you, do you want me to tailor this in some way, or you just want to see generally what Google suggests for these guys? Tailor for coding tests. Okay. So let's do that. Let's do coding test. And this site, get results. All locations, English. Okay, so we have coding test, Python coding test, Java coding test. Does this look like it should, this is what this is supposed to be here, Hosni? This makes sense to you? He says yes. Okay. Good. Okay. Well, then that's all the different stuff. Let's look at the brand, look at the entities we have here. So the heights are HackerRank and Codality. So these are major sites that are related. Now, notice this. Site is branded. So a site is a kind of brand. A company is a kind of brand. They have different kind of brand entities. Not all brand entities are the same. Do you see that? So this is fascinating for Google to be admitting, I admit, we have these entities that we can track and we can see and we can pull signals out of these things. This is all brand stuff. And then they just have other stuff they don't know. So really at the end of the day, there's Python, there's coding tests and brands. Sites that do that, HackerRank. What is HackerRank? Are you human? Yes, I am, Google. Stop it. HackerRank coding assessments. These guys will, this site will test your code for you, is what this is, Hosni. They will test your code for you. And they will interview, interview solution and hiring developers. They assess your developer to hire. Okay, I see. Well, these guys might be one of your major competitors, but evidently HackerRank and Codality are major competitors too. So I've identified two more major competitors for you. If you can get these guys talking about you, I guarantee that will boost you. If there's a way that Google can see them talking about you. Even getting mentioned in the same places these guys are mentioned might be good. Would probably be good. Okay, so let's download the keyword ideas. I don't have forever to do this. Let's download the keyword ideas here. You can open it up in Excel or OpenOffice, whatever you like. Okay, let's get rid of the that. This is the traffic. Let's get rid of the 3-month thing and that. Now we're using this is the comp out of 100. Let's get at the bottom of the page score. This is about the CPC. Now let's get rid of all this. All right, now let's take these concepts. These are companies, sites, these are other brands they can detect. These are non-brands. And these are others, miscellaneous, okay? Alrighty then, let's take this. That here. So for you, clean this up like this. Okay, remember, highlight the whole top, hit Control Shift and the down arrow, highlights the whole thing, let go, and hit Control T. It'll make a table for you in Windows. I think Command T. Excel and Microsoft and Apple, of course, hate each other. There's a special keyword combination to do in Mac. I can't remember what it is, but you'll have to find it. All right, so here we go. Let's do some conditional formatting. Let's go blue for the competition. Let's go conditional formatting. Let's go this color. Green, I believe that is. I'm so colorblind. That should be red. Okay, now I'm going to do what I call the rank value. I'm going to add the CPC to the competition. Take that number, pull that down. Oh, we got not a lot. Interesting. Then we're going to do the total SEO score equal rank value times traffic. Pull that over. Not a lot of data, so we don't need to play with it too much. I'm just going to make these guys smaller because they don't matter as much, those scores. And I'm going to make it gray, except for this and this. I'm going to make that this color and this color. Not that color. Let's do that color there. Okay. And now I'm going to take this. I'm just going to siphon that off with borders just to make it easier to see. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do conditional formatting just for this column of orange, conditional formatting for this column of orange. Okay, there we go. So the ones that have the highest CPC here, someone's paying $79 and there's a low competition for 50 traffic of the Codility coding test. Well, I bet you that's Codility trying to bid for that, I bet you. Yeah, unsurprising. Or CoderBytes trying to beat them here, maybe. Codility, coding test. You never know. You might be able to beat these guys or get into the conversation here. Maybe. I'm not really sure what that is, if that helps you. But here's a good one. Online coding test interview, $26. 110 searches in English. Codility programming test, HackerRank coding assessment, coding skills assessment. Here's another good one, 90 searches a month, but a lot of money behind it. It is not brand related, so it would be, this is telling you this is not brand related. Rick, if you're watching, you're gonna love this because often you and I have been talking, I wonder how much they're just like, this has to be a brand ranking here no matter what. Here they're telling you, this is not a brand ranking here, no matter what. Here they're telling you it is. This is a brand ranking here no matter what. This is what people want, so this is what we have detected. Here it says, no, this is open for anybody. This is open for anybody to rank for, non-brands. You can brand this. This is open for you to brand this if you had killer signals. Rick says, yep, interesting. Hosni says, yes, very interesting. So Rick, so we found a way. Look, Rick, we found a way to tell when it's like where specific brands can only rank for this or not. We did it. We won. Okay. So yeah, I'm seeing some really good low-hanging fruit here, Hosni. So let's do the differential. Let's do the diff. This might help. Hosni says, I'm surprised they consider Python as a brand. Apparently they think it's a brand of programming. Yeah. They think it's a brand of programming, a type of programming. Brand in English, brand of programming can kind of mean type of programming. It might not be official, but it's an official thing. It's official enough. Google thinks it's a brand. Whether or not like there's some major company that puts Python out or it's open source or not, I'm not sure. So let's do the diff. What was the diff again? I think it's this diff equals this divided by this. And oops. So the comp is low, but the cost is high. So again, HackerRank question. They think the site in question here is HackerRank. Google code in question, the company here is in Google. So you wouldn't want to try to rank for this. But this is non-brand. Programming aptitude. 140 searches, $6 behind it. These might be pages you want to go for. These might be queries you want to go for. It's non-branded, so it's open for anybody, theoretically. Hosni says, interesting. I agree. Let's take a look here. Let's see. Let's go here to boink, 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 programming plus aptitude with no other crap, please, thank you. So it's a programmer aptitude test, programming aptitude, a coding aptitude test, also known as a programming aptitude test. Make use of Kent. Okay. Computer programming aptitude test. Should you be a programmer? I'm not really sure what people are looking for when they type this in. If we put the geolocation to CN to remove the happy US traffic, then we get the UK ranking number 1. Computer programming aptitude test. If you can nail what people want for this better than other people have, then you've got a good opportunity here, I presume, to make some money, because there seems to be money behind it here. Someone's bidding $6.50. Not a lot of people, very low competition. Not a lot of people are interested in this query for some reason, except for one person seems to have found out there's money behind it, or it's worth money for them to show up there. And it says it's non-brand related. So apparently this is what you want to see on this sheet. You have to confirm it here, because again, I don't know what this means. Hosni says that's a type of test to assess developers. Okay, well, do you see an opportunity here to make a page, Hosni? He says, yeah, great. Then I hope it makes you some money. But see how you did this for free? You can do it for free. You don't need and it's better because it's using actual data from Google. That's the real thing. And you can download this. You see, it just took me 5 minutes. And you can go, okay, you took your competitor. You took your competitor here. You're like, all right, coding test, but limit it by what this guy is doing. And show me kind of what all they're ranking for. Hosni says he tried Ahrefs, but it was confusing. Yeah, do it for free if you can do it for free. If you like Ahrefs, by all means, use it. If you have an account, go ahead, use it. Rick says, hello, no best tool ever, LOL. I added the sarcasm, Rick, but I presume that's how you intended it. There are a course of LOLs going on. Yeah, so this could be, you could outrank this. Who knows if this is what this is supposed to actually be. And if we turn on SEO Quake for free, by the way, I'm not paying for anything here. It tells me there's 118 links direct to this page. Okay. They have an ad going, so they have traffic. They've got a lot of traffic to this site. So it might not be super easy to beat this guy, but you can quite possibly dethrone this. Or maybe show up here. Maybe you can get before the videos. All right, Hosni, does that make some sense to you? Let me save it. I'll name it for you so I can send it to you. Hosni coding test keyword discovery. Put this on my desktop for you. I'll send this to you as well at the end. Okay, I have time for one more, and Greg already put it in the top here. Greg wants to do e-commerce website builder for the U for global. Okay. Any site you want me to filter it by, or just do the query? Let's just do the query to show you can do this. E-commerce website builder. Okay, here we go. Now let's expand all the entities here. So we got non-brands and we got brands. Wow, we got lots of brands. Look at the platforms for the e-commerce website builder. And you got all the big ones here. Yeah, I mean, not surprising here, right? These are all the ones. Look, and you can tell how popular they are by how many times the keywords show up from searches. Wix is clearly the biggest one. And that makes sense because people keep talking about Wix. Rick makes a valid point. The low competition normally means very few people are paying for ads, so you might want to drop some outliers. I agree. The other brands related here to this, GoDaddy, yep. And the others, 2021, looking for a plugin or looking for shipping. It knows that shipping is involved for this, and it knows that plugin is involved somehow for this. Okay. If you want, you can investigate 3 months change. You can say, oh, look, it's up after it's 22% up 3 months. It's up 22% year after year. That's interesting. And you can tailor this here, right? If you want. You can be like, oh, what's up now? These are, oh, wow. Look how much this keyword has exploded. This keyword apparently has exploded. This is where you can look for hot keywords and see the year-on-year change. This is not quite my tactic for niches, for finding new niches, but this is definitely one of the ways you can do it. Look at the year-on-year change in a particular area, and you can see what's building here. Oh, wow, but the competition is low, but look how much people are willing to bid. This is a great keyword to rank for. Best online store builder free. Make note of this one, Greg. Look how much it has exploded, which makes sense. I've been getting so many customers and questions lately about online store builders. Is there a reason why people want to make online store builders other than maybe they lost their job in the recession and this is what they're going to try and do now? Does this explain why this has gone up so much? I've had so many people talk to me about this. This makes sense, actually, that I see this data. Although it just seemed to drop off. It seemed to have peaked. It seemed to have peaked and dropped off. So maybe the hot trend is over, but this one here is good too. Wix e-commerce dropshipping. That's maybe what you want to search to find out if you can drop ship those Jaguar parts I talked about, which seems to be up. Some of my students are saying, do I want Eric is saying, I've been looking for something new I could possibly sell after all my silly Amazon sites get stupid mini Amazon commissions. Eric might bury me. Oh no, I don't want to compete against Eric. He's good. Maybe you could do Cadillac parts. Maybe not Jaguar parts, Eric. Maybe that's the problem. Greg says, just a side note, not sure it's good or not, but click keyword view. They have group view. I thought it looked interesting. He says, yes, side hustles. Hosni says, e-commerce is very booming lately. Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's the way of the world. It's the way things are going. Look, easiest e-commerce site builder looks good here too. No one's bidding on it, but look how high the query is. I guarantee to you Easy does connote not a lot of money behind it. When people want free and easy, they don't have money and they don't want to pay money, usually. But if you rank this could be something good to rank for. It's definitely hot right now anyway. And we can incorporate this data in the Excel if you want. I can show you how to do that. Okay, so let's download these keyword ideas. Okay. Do you want me to incorporate? Well, I'll leave it so I can incorporate it. I can incorporate it. Okay, it's just a matter of doing math on the fly. So here we have the traffic. Here we have the 3 months. Here we have the YOY, or how hot it is. Here we have the competitor, don't need this. Top of page, bottom, top of page, top. Let me get rid of all that. And now we have the concepts. We have Plato forms. We have other brands. We have non-brands. And we have others. Also think of non-brands and brands in terms of your money, your life. Think about that. If you're in your YMYL, your money, your life, you're in a health niche, you're giving health advice, or you're in a financial niche, you're giving any financial advice, you better be a brand if you want to stay ranking there. That's another really good thing to see here. That's like, if they say that your query is dominated by a brand, you might want to stay away from it, especially if it's your money, your life. Okay, let's take this and paste. There we go. Okie dokie, get rid of this. Now again, highlight the top. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I didn't do others. I hope you show others. High top, control T, boom. Okay, there we go. This is the comp. This is the CPC. Rename it so that the table is smaller, easier to see what's going on here. Easier to see what's going on here. I don't know if those are numbers, but okay. So again, we have the rank value. Now I can tailor the rank value slightly. I can say, okay, let's go competition plus CPC, and I'll put that in brackets, and I'll go times how hot it is. So that'll give us a value of how hot it is right now, and the kind of sales rank value information. This I'll just say 0. Okay, and then we'll do SEO score, which is going to equal rank value times traffic. That's the kind of perennial SEO score, not including how hot it is right now, although the traffic does include that. And this changes over time. You might have done this keyword research years ago. You might want to recheck. And then we can do the diff, the differential. You can say, okay, equals the CPC divided by the competition. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so let us change this to traffic. Additional formatting. Competition. I don't care necessarily about those things. Additional formatting, data bars, boom, CPC. Additional formatting, data bars, boom. So then we're going to do these guys. We'll put this separated with thick borders. And these guys, we will make them smaller and gray. Okay. So if we want to look at the CP, what's hot right now, the largest, and see, okay, these ones, I don't know what this means, infinite, 0. So I'll just say 0, 0, 0, 0, I guess. I don't know what that's gonna do, largest, smallest. Okay, so look, this is what's exploding now. And then if you wanna look like, okay, which one is got the CPC I want, or the traffic I want, like this guy, best free website builder for online store. Oh my goodness, talk about long tail. 3 months are down, but it's hot from last year, 67 comp and $27 paying for it. These are all great queries to try to rank for, or we'll just do the CPC here and we'll see this one is hot. CPC is high, comp is high. It's up from last year. Only 10 traffic, but it's non-branded. Best and easiest e-commerce website builder. People are paying $50 to be there. So there's money behind that query. There's money behind that query. Thar be money in them thar hills. And there's no particular platform or brand associated with it that you have to either be or mention. It looks like it's a bit carte blanche here, Greg, my friend. This is how you want to find the keywords you want to rank for. So here they have a great affiliate kind of review. Wow, they got links. Holy shit. Holy smokes. Well, maybe this is not the one to go for. I mean, not that you can't beat them. They've got ads. They got Alexa rank. They got traffic. So again, Crazy Egg, Tech Radar, Shopify. All right, you got some heavy hitters here. That's for sure. But now we know why, because it's apparently this is the juice. This is what you want to rank for. So if you want to be like, okay, I want to do the rank value because I want to see what's got this stuff going on and also this stuff going on. So build your own Wix e-commerce drop shipping, professional Shopify website builder, best online store builder free, best website builder for small business online, best website builder for small business e-commerce. These guys are up from last year. They're hot. There's people coming into it. They've got traffic. At 3 months, this one is down, but these guys are all still looking pretty good here. These would be all great queries to go for. Most of them are non-branded. If it's branded, it'll tell you which brand you want to be mentioning in the naming spots. They've already, so you've done your keyword discovery research and you've done a little bit of keyword research in the sense that, well, clearly this entity is related to this entity. This is going to be some form of RankBrain keyword or neural matching keyword for WooCommerce over here, or both. Definitely should be mentioned. They're giving a big, huge hint there. So I see a lot of great ones, and you could just start tweaking the data here and be like, what's the diff? Which competition CPC? No, I want maybe this one. So no, I think, I got to get through. Here we go. So we got competition is lower, but we have money starting to come up. Where's a good one here? Well, here it is, selling Wix website, Wix e-commerce. That would be obviously hard to rank for. Wix web shop. It's a little bit down, but not too much. Now we're starting to get into good ones here. Drop shipping store builder. It's 3 months is hot. It looks new. It's non-branded. So, I mean, this is giving you all the data you want to make your business decisions as to what to rank for that'll make the most money. And so, out of 10 pages you try, maybe 6 work, but only 1 will make money. But if you do it this way, out of the 10 pages you try, 6 work and 6 are making money. At the end of the day, money is the most important thing. Rankings are a direct correlate, theoretically, to money in terms of KPIs, key progress indicators. You can't just talk about money and not talk about ranking. But if you're ranking for stuff that's not going to make you any money, whether your competition is ranking for it or not, because you don't know how smart they were in doing their keyword planning, this is the way to do the keyword planning, by looking at the CPC and looking at the money there. and also how hot it is over 3 months and how hot it's been since last year. Apparently, this is going down. Of course, that makes sense. This is 2021. This is going down. Wix e-commerce website pricing. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, this one. This is going down. People are still bidding for it, but it's down half from last year. You can start to see the trends as to what's going on. And you can also decide in the future how long that's going to, you might make a kind of an educated guess as the future, how long that's going to be. If you just want to tailor it by traffic, see what's the largest traffic and then start cherry picking the best ones. The best rank value, we'll get that conditional formatting going. The best SEO score, we'll get that going. And you can name these whatever you want that make more sense to you. Look at this guy. Again, best online store builder free. 1,600 down. It spiked in the summer. It's going down, but it was up almost 900%. 10 times the amount of people searching it from last year at the same time. Non-branded, they're paying $6. They're not willing to compete as much. It can be very interesting. Or this one is very interesting too. 74% competition. They're willing to compete. There's money there. It's up for 3 months. It's up a quarter from last year. It's non-branded. They're willing to pay $32. $32 per click for this thing. There's gotta be money behind that. 1,300 searches, right? So there's room here somewhere. You have 600 potential keywords here to rank for that can make you, in total, on average, $20. That can make $3,000 per one click. Apparently, if you add them all together, that's how much all this traffic is worth, just roughly speaking. $77 at the max. There's money here, right? How hot is this on average? It's 2%. It's growing. See how I can see immediately it's growing? I can see the average is 2%. So it's growing on average. It's getting bigger. This is not a brand that is dying. This is not a market that's dying. This is a market that by these indications is growing over time. Is it volatile? I can look at the average for the 3 months and say it's 4% up over the 3 months. So there's some volatility there, but the volatility is moving up. That's a good thing. The competition on average is 44. So on average, there's lower competition in this niche. There are holes in this niche that you can find through this method and rank for and check to see that just on first blush what the ranking power of the pages are. Like, let's try this one. Best website builder to sell products. Let's go back to here. A search, best website builder to sell products. Crazy Egg comes up number 1. QuickSprout again, Shopify, NerdWallet, TechRadar. These are all major brands. These are all major brands. Let's see if we take out the happy US traffic. How's their on page and off page? QuickSprout beats Crazy Egg at that point. Interestingly, 5,000 links to the page, 800, 1,000, 700, 5,000. Of course, links are not everything, as we well know. Interesting. Neil Patel, interesting. Best website builder to sell products. Apparently nobody, however, has optimized for the EMQ, which is interesting. And who says this the most? I do the multi-search. We get, these guys are saying it quite a bit across the board here. Sadly, we don't have a snippet for these guys for some reason. Where's the snippet? Oh, here's the snippet, because I got the featured snippet. Oh, of course, the featured snippet. Okay, so we got quite a few of them saying a bunch of it, but not e-commerce website builders. This is to sell products. These guys are not on the market here. These guys are not on the mark of what the EMQ is. No one's selling No one is mentioning website builder, website builder. Who says products? Products. Okay, there's in the people also ask. So EMQ, people also ask. We have to go down to number 14 to get the word products in here. So actually, this is deceptively easy to rank for, or easier to rank for, deceptively, because you never would have noticed, because everyone would be using a tool to look at, oh, look at the links. Oh my God, it looks so hard. Yeah, but they're not on the EMQ. They're not on the EMQ. This is to sell products. You know how BERT, everyone remembers how BERT works, right? To sell products is a major preposition in this. BERT's going to say they want to know about the best website builder to sell products. If this is in your naming spot, so this is the focus on your page, you're going to have a huge advantage. It's still going to be an upward climb, but I would like to say that this is a keyword that'd be possible for you using the tactics of Underground SEO University, using our tactics. Hosni says, I think for this query isn't the main query. I think the main query is best e-commerce builders, and BERT is transforming it. I agree. You're absolutely right, Hosni. BERT is transforming it because nobody has a good enough version for this. The specificity still matters. If you had the specificity, you would have the boost, because nothing is more specific than the specific thing. And Google still honors that. As far as we know, based on our last round of testing from February, which is only a few months ago, people are just resting on their laurels here. The top 8 best e-commerce website builders, 2022 review, is not the same thing, not the same topic, and not the same idea as the best website builder to sell products. They asked about selling products. So if you give Google that information, they will reward that information to a degree relative against all the other signals these guys have, but to a large degree, because specificity is ranking factor number 1 and has always been ranking factor number 1 and still is, even in this AI world, if you use it in specific ways to the Goldilocks zone degree in the naming spots. Is that making sense, guys? If you have any questions, Greg says, that's a great insight. Thank you. You're welcome, Greg. Thanks for reminding me I should make this video. Hosni says, but isn't e-commerce builders, their goal is to sell products and Google is conceptualizing this? Maybe that could very well be the case, Hosni, but I don't think so. I think BERT is not that smart quite yet. I don't think it's that smart yet. And quite frankly, the preposition matters. And they said it in their literature that this preposition matters. It's like the search query that they used to train BERT, that they gave us for their example, which was medicine for someone at the pharmacy, not just medicine pharmacy someone. The for someone matters. The to sell products matters. The preposition matters. It changes the query. They want to know about the best website builder to sell products, and all they're getting is the top e-commerce website builders. Yeah, may mean the same thing, but if you give them a page that talks about how to sell products specifically, e-commerce or not, then that's going to have a huge advantage. You're going to have a huge advantage, again, relative to all the other signals you got to beat here. Hosni says, yes, I remember this. Got it. Great. Okay. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm super pumped. When I look at the keywords like this, I start getting all hungry. I get SEO hungry. Don't worry, I'm not going to try and rank for your keywords. But I start looking at this and I start thinking, oh, we have such good opportunity to rank here. There's good opportunity to rank. Greg, keyword discovery. And you can even use the hot and 3 months to even get more marketing information for your business and for your customers. If your customer's like, hey, I want to go for this one, be like, I can see why it's up 200% from last year. It just sounds so impressive when you just tell your client that. They're like, oh, really? You can tell that? Oh, yeah, I know these things. They're like, oh, wow. You become indispensable to them in their business. if you can tell them information like this. You're more than just an SEO at that point. But if they're like, oh, I want to rank for Shopify e-commerce website builder, you're like, we can, but it is definitely branded to Shopify, and it's down 71% from last year, just so you know. They're going to be like, oh, should I go for other ones? Yeah, maybe you should. I could find some better ones for you. And you're going to get win-win-wins. You're going to become the indispensable man, woman, or non-binary friend. You're become the indispensable SEO to them, the indispensable business consultant that they use for their business, because you can get this secret information like a wizard that they don't even know exists somewhere. Hosni says the new name is now organic growth. Yeah, yes, organic growth. You want to grow organically, not paid growth, although paid growth is good too. But organic is better because it's free. Once the work is done, it's free to maintain, or it's free to have and rank off it while you, there's short-term rentals and long-term rentals. There's short-term rentals is paid, long-term rentals is ranking, and that's all there is. You don't own any spots, sadly. Google owns all the spots. It's like owning property in like the UK or Canada. We actually don't own the property. The Crown owns the property. We get long-term rental is what we get, so to speak, kind of like that. I know all the Americans are going to be like, what? What are you talking about? I own my own land. What are you talking about? Yes, yeah. So I don't know. This is super good information, guys. So I'm so glad that you guys have reminded me recently to make this information, to redo this video, because a lot of really cool stuff has come out here for Google AdWords. This entity stuff, they clearly are giving you a wink and a nod. Look what we can see. Look what's important, right? And so this is good information, and how hot it is, the year-to-year change, the 3 months change. Very good information to have, important for you to have. You can throw away SEMrush. You can throw away SEMrush. You can throw away Ahrefs. You don't need them. You don't need to pay that money. All you need is the free tools. The only money associated with this that you would need necessarily to do this tool, quote unquote, is and you don't have to do this. If you just pay for an ad for a day on $5 or whatever it is, whatever the minimum is that the requirement, I think there might be a minimum requirement there. Pay for 3 or 4 days of ads at $2 or $3 or whatever. You'll get the actual information, and then just cancel the ad. Say, thanks, Google. I'll be doing keyword research next month. There you go. Not a problem. Not a problem. Pas de problème, as they say in terrible French. All right, so who's pumped about this? Who's going to go use this and wow their bosses, wow their clients, and or get horny? Who's going to get SEO horny? And who's going to be like just salivating at the mouth at all the keywords here? Look at all the great niches we can go for. Niches is riches, as I used to say, and I have a t-shirt that says that. Niches is riches, right? There is money in them thar hills that you can find that are going to give you what you want in terms of it's up this year, it's non-branded, it has a good competition and money behind it. These are the kind of keywords you want to rank for. Let me know if you're pumped in the chat. Hosni says, excited and pumped and will definitely use it. Good, Hosni. I'm glad it will help you. This is going to help you guys out. When you're building out your silos and clusters, and you're making your pages, build it on pages you're going to make money on. Build it on low-hanging fruit that's going to make you actual money at the end of the day. Wow your customers and tell them that, hey, look, these keywords are hot. This one is 860% up from last year. Look at that. We should definitely think about this as a business angle. You become their business advisor at that point. You become the indispensable consultant at that point. I can't tell you how valuable that is in your life. You're going to have more clients and they're going to stay with you longer. Or your boss for your in-house is going to give you a raise. You're going to be the star at the meetings. The secretaries are going to look at you with lust in their eyes. No, I'm sorry, that won't happen. That's not going to happen. I can't promise that. That's not going to happen. But you will be the golden boy, lady, or non-binary awesome SEO friend. So great. I'm glad you guys are pumped. I'm super pumped. Does anyone have any final questions before we sign off for today? This is going to help you rank. This is going to help you rank and make money, which is the point. Ranking is one thing. We can rank all day long for academic queries, as I've shown you over the years. Let's rank for stuff that can actually make money and boost your business and stuff up like that. So everyone says they're pumped. Any final questions before we sign off? All right. If they're trickling in, not a problem. Hosni says, LOL, and thank you for the great stuff. Mark says, thank you. You're welcome, guys. It is my honor and pleasure to make you content. And I hope I help you succeed in your business and make some more money. So I wish you all well. Roger says, thanks. You're welcome, Roger. I'll send whoever I made keyword stuff there for, I'll send it to you and to get it off my desktop. And good luck in the SERPs. Sean and Kelly say, thank you so much. You're welcome, Sean and Kelly. Greg B says, thanks. You're welcome, Greg. So I will see you guys in the group, and good luck in the SERPs. And of course, as always, if you have any questions at all, ask them in the Discord. Ask in the public Discord if you're not too shy. Ask in the public Discord, and if I can't answer it, I've got other tons of senior students: Ryan, Rick, Kyle, Joe, other guys in there. Matt, I'm just thinking off the top of my head. There's more of you in there. Hosni, there's tons of people in there who can answer questions for you. So go ahead, ask in the public Discord, and you will get your answers. And we'll see you guys next time. And good luck in the SERPs, and we'll see you in the group.